What is up, guys? Gold and Silver Farmer here, back with a new video. I thought that it would be fun to start a new tradition where at the end of every year I do one kind of big video that encompasses all of the pieces that I had accumulated over that year just to see the growth and the really cool kind of pulls throughout the year. So at the time of this recording, it is December 30th of 2025. So we only got one more day in the year. I figured this would be the perfect day to go ahead and show you what I had gotten. If you're new to the channel, I just started my gold and silver journey maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago. I'm brand new to this, and so I don't have a whole lot of stuff, but I wanted to document my journey as I do get more familiar with the world. My stat gets bigger, I get cooler pieces, so on and so forth. So with this one, I'm going to go through all of the pieces that I've collected over the last couple of months. Some of the really cool ones, some of the more generic ones, all of them just as important as the last. And that way we can kind of come back throughout the years and see where my journey started and kind of some of the cool pieces I collected along the way. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. These pieces I have right here in front of me are kind of my first little generic pieces here. A little bit less valuable as far as the monetary aspect is concerned, but still cool pieces and still sentimental pieces. So I'll start with this guy here. This is just a collections box. I was able to actually get this free from my local coin dealer. Super cool. This is the coin dealer. It's called Sound Money. It's in the DFW area. So I thought that was a really cool piece to be able to store some of my more valuable pieces or some of my pieces that are already in their own sleeves. Really cool to get that for free. Then I have this guy. This is just a copper large penny or a large cent. I got this for a couple of reasons. One, because just maybe a month or so ago, it came out that the 1 cent, the penny, is no longer going to be in circulation, and so I thought that having a kind of 1 cent piece from the year that the pennies got discontinued would be cool. Plus, it is copper, and there are some people that say that copper might hold some value a little bit in the future. So I wanted to get my hands on a little bit of copper. Either way, cool piece just to have a giant penny there. I also got these. These are, if you can see the dates on the bottom of them, this one says 1920. This one says 1907. These are Liberty half dollars. Really cool pieces for a couple of reasons. One, because they're just old. I mean, each one of these is over 100 years old. They probably have some crazy stories, and you can kind of tell just by running your fingers over them. They are completely worn down, almost completely flat with no real detailing in there, or at least texturing in there. You can still see the details pretty awesome. So, but the other cool reason why these are kind of highly sought after is because they are actually made with 90% silver. Back in the day, they actually used silver for a lot of the coins that were in circulation. So these actually have, on top of the 50-cent value that they carry, they also carry the value of having real silver in them. So as silver price goes up, these become more valuable, which is always good. It's always good to have what they call fractional silver, so less than 1 ounce bars or 1 ounce coins, because you can use these easier to trade with, to barter with, stuff like that. So you want to kind of have a couple smaller pieces here. Same deal with these. These are my Mercury dimes. Same kind of deal. These are all 90% silver. They don't make them in silver anymore, so that's why these are highly sought after. So on top of the 10-cent monetary value, they have silver value as well. All of these are very cool pieces, and a lot of collectors like to collect these Mercury dimes. One, because generally you can find these for below spot or for below the price of silver, um, which is a good just deal in itself. So that's always good to pick up on. Plus, if you are new into stacking and you can't afford to drop enough money to buy a 1 ounce or a 5 ounce bar, these fractional pieces, like right now, these are going for around $5 for one dime. Easy way to get you a little bit of silver to start in the journey, and then you can collect those a little bit at a time, and before you know it, you have a good stack of fractional silver that you can use to barter with, or you can use to hold, because it does carry silver value. These pieces here are more for sentimental value. They're not really worth much, but I wanted to get a piece for my wife and my 3 kids to commemorate the year each of them was born. So this is a 1998 nickel here from the 1998 mint set that came out that year. So that is for my wife. And then I have my son right here. Another one, just a mint set from the 2020 or the 2015 mint. Wanted to get that one for him. Got one for my daughter, 2021, another just nickel from the mint. And then they didn't have any nickels for my latest daughter, so I had to settle with a quarter. But this is a cool, just little mint piece to just commemorate all of them being born on their years. So those are kind of, like I said, the more generic pieces. Not really too much monetary value to much of them, but hold sentimental value, and we'll keep them in the stack nevertheless. So let's move on to the more monetary and the more fun pieces. So let me clear these out of the way. So let's go ahead and start with the bars. Now these are 1 ounce bars, 1 ounce silver bars, triple nine fine silver, as you can see right there. Some people like to collect bars. Some people like to collect rounds or coins. I have not been doing this long enough to figure out what I prefer yet, so I got a little bit of both. So here is just a pretty generic 1 troy ounce silver bar. Not too much on it, or not too much going on with it. So pretty cool. Wanted to keep that in there. And then this one is actually already in a hard plastic case, so it's in better condition, but same thing. It says Silvertown on the bottom there. You see it says 0.999 fine silver. That basically just means that it's almost 100% silver. Nothing you ever get should ever say 100% silver. The most you'll ever get is 4 nines. But that means it's basically as pure as it can get. So on the back here, just some texturing. Silvertown has the guy with the pickaxe and the donkey collecting silver, mining silver, whatever they're doing. So very shiny. You can see me in there. Hello. Couple of bars. Like I said, didn't know if I would prefer bars or coins, so I wanted to get a little bit of both. Now I'm going to go to my rounds. There is a difference between rounds and coins. Coins are going to be made by governments, national governments, and so they are going to have actual monetary value. Think of a $1 coin or a 50-cent coin that was made by a government, and you can actually pay for things with those coins at a store or whatever. They have monetary value. Rounds are essentially the same thing. They're going to look just like coins. However, they do not hold a monetary value along with them. A lot of them are made by private mints, so they don't carry any government security features or government security behind them. So you cannot go into a store and pay for something with them unless the store knows how much value of silver they are, and then they can just charge you that way. But so these are rounds. These are not from government mints. These were just from private mints that I thought were really cool and fun, especially this first one. It says Invella Corporation. The reason I picked this one up is because this was a COVID-19 coin. So on the bottom it says minted during the COVID-19 pandemic, April 2020, and then it has the COVID virus on there. Just thought it'd be really cool to commemorate a time in everybody's life where the world kind of stood still, and thought that'd be really cool to hold on to for future reference. This one is the Sunshine Minting. Very, very cool piece. Again, all of these are just round, so they don't hold monetary value, but they are 999 fine silver. So they do hold whatever the silver value is, whatever 1 ounce of silver is, that's how much each one of these are, because each of these are 1 ounce, 1 troy ounce of silver. And you can see on there, it says 1 troy ounce, 999 fine silver. Very cool piece, has the eagle flying with the sunshine in the background. Super cool. And now this is going to be one of my favorite pieces. This is, I believe it is the Aztec calendar. And I wish that my phone could pick up just how detailed the back of this coin is. This has the whole calendar on it, every little detail on it. So many security features kind of hidden in there. And then on the front of it, it says the 1 troy ounce, 999 fine silver, and it has the headdress there. Really cool pieces. This has quickly become one of my favorites. I'll definitely be picking some of those up anytime I can find them. Going on to the next one here, I got another, says Eternal Vigilance, has the eagle with the olive branch in its talons there on the back. It says, don't tread on me, and it has the American snake on there. So very cool piece. Again, 1 troy ounce, just holding some great monetary, or some great silver value. And then I got this one. This one is a Trump coin here, or a Trump round, has him holding up his right hand, taking that presidential oath. Wanted to commemorate this one just because since he is our president, I thought maybe it'd be cool to have a coin for each president that comes along. I want to see if maybe I can get a coin to commemorate each one of them. Has the White House on the back. Down there you see it says 1 ounce 999 AG or silver. Very, very cool piece. Has the clouds in the background. Super cool. So like I said, didn't know if I wanted to do the bars or the rounds. The rounds actually just there was more of them at the show that I went to and picked those up, so that's why I have more of them. Got another commemorative piece here. This is Mickey Mouse or Steamboat Willie before he became Mickey Mouse, and he's on his little steamboat there, as you can see on the back. It's his steamboat right there, 1928. This one's in a little sleeve here to keep it from getting the spots on it from the air. So this is just a big piece because I like Disney. I love Disney, and I thought that this would be a cool piece to commemorate that one. I have another one that I'm even more excited to show you. Uh, that's very similar to this one, but I'll show you that here last. Now we come into a couple of actual coins. So these are going to be actually, you know what? This is not a coin. This is just from the Golden State Mint. So this is another one of those rounds that is cool. It has a buffalo round on it, and then on the back there it has the Native American. Super beautiful. A lot of people like to collect these. These are pretty common as collector pieces, and most stackers, I would venture to say, have multiple of these in their stack. Super, super cool. Right now, the only government piece that I have is not even an American government piece. It's a Canadian government piece. But oh my gosh, look at how, one, shiny this is, but two, just super pretty. That maple leaf is there. Says on the bottom, this is actually 4 nines silver. I don't know if I can get that right there. 4 nines fine silver. So it's very, very, very pure. One troy ounce, and then on the back there it has Queen Elizabeth, and it has her ruling date, so the date she started ruling and the date she passed on there. $5 piece. So like I said, this one's, because it came from an actual government, does have monetary value. So it says $5 2023 on there. Has government value along with the silver content that it has as well. And last but not least, my favorite piece, probably going to be one of my favorite pieces for my entire stacking journey, unless something else just blows it out of the water. But this is my Steamboat Willie graded 100th anniversary Disney coin or bar, 1 troy ounce. Very, very cool. Has a little bit more coloring and texture than this other Steamboat Willie, but you can see it's the same kind of picture there. But this one has the Steamboat Willie name. It has the little stamp on there, the Walt Disney stamp. Disney 100 Years of Wonder on there. You can see that it's a PF70 Ultra Cameo, which essentially means that it's the highest grade, or it was the highest grade whenever it was graded. It was the highest grade it can possibly get. It was the perfect coin or round or bar, whatever you want. So whatever you want to call it. This one has been in here a while, so there is just a small amount of coloration right there from oxygen getting to it, but still nevertheless very, very cool coin. On the back here it does say $2 2023 1 ounce 999 fine silver Disney, obviously the company that graded it. Very, very cool. Comes in this hard case just to keep it from getting any more air spots on it, anything like that. But this is, like I said, probably one of my favorite pieces and will be for a very, very, very long time. I got these two, and in my last video, whenever I showed this one, I said that I probably wouldn't get any more Disney pieces or any more Steamboat Willie pieces because I want to have variety. So the fact that I have two that are pretty similar, I'm not thrilled about it, but at the time I couldn't pass up seeing it. So I wanted to get it anyway. Very, very cool, and so glad that I was able to pick all of that up. With all that being said, this is my haul for 2025. Let me put these back in here so y'all can see. So I got these guys, I got these guys, got my 3 dimes, and then I got my copper piece. This is my haul for 2025, guys. I do plan on continuing this. Like I said, I am still a beginner. Don't have a whole lot of advice for you guys right now. If y'all are in the world of stacking, y'all know how crazy silver is going right now. It's gone up like almost 200% this year alone, as far as the value of it. Got over $80 an ounce. It's gone down a little bit now, but all the experts and all the big silver companies and everything are saying that it's going to be, it could climb up to like $150 an ounce, $200 an ounce by the end of 2026. So if you are planning on getting into the silver and the gold game, I don't have any gold yet. I did have the opportunity to possibly buy a little bit, but at the time I could get more value for getting silver, so I wanted to go with that. I do plan on getting gold in the future, but if you know anything about the silver and the gold ratio, gold is vastly more expensive than silver. Right now it's sitting at about 60 ounces of silver for 1 ounce of gold, so it just shows you how much more expensive gold is. So I do want to get some gold in the future. Don't know how long in the future, but that is a goal of mine. So right now, this is my stack. I'm gonna keep making videos, keep building the stack, and I'm gonna take y'all along for the ride. Please feel free to ask any questions, comment, like, subscribe, do anything that you want that can get my name out there so that I can continue to make these videos. I love making these videos. I'm new at making these videos, and I'm already having so much fun. Thank you guys so much for your support, and let's get 2026 off with a bang. For right now, though, Gold and Silver Farmer out.